Yeah. Dynamite the line. Now, I'm being a little careful not to talk too close to the mic or too loud. Since I've now adjusted my camera, because not only did I change the cable, the audio cable, I've also increased the gain on the camera and slightly on the mic. So if it's too loud, please tell me. I don't want to blow anybody's ears out, and I don't want to make the sound too low. I will do adjustments in my software the best I can to try and fix it if it's too much, but I want input. Please tell me if the audio is not good or not. Now, what do we get in Dynamite Delight? What do we get here? I gotta say this. I'm saying it now. If you see my NXT review, you know I said NXT's hype for Battleground is way better than Raw or SmackDown. And here again, we're getting Double or Nothing in a couple of days. I have more interest in that than I have in Night of Champions. This is what we got. Night of Champions here. Battleground here. Double or Nothing's here. And I don't know how hype I'm going to be for Under Siege, because I haven't seen what's going to happen this Thursday, because this Friday is coming. I will tell you how I feel about Under Siege tomorrow on Thursday, because they have to hype it here coming this Thursday to go for Friday. So, like I said, I'm making it clear. I will be doing Under Siege. I will be doing, don't forget, because if I miss Night of Champions in the afternoon, I will be reviewing it in the night. Making it clear. Because there is some I might do on Saturday morning to afternoon. I'm trying to make sure I don't, but I may have to. So I may come in the afternoon to evening. That would be Night of Champions. If I can, I'm going to do it in the afternoon. Then we get Double or Nothing. And then last will be Battleground. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 4 different pay-per-views in 4 separate days. And yes, Battleground is supposed to have Sunday, but there's no way I'm going to see Battleground and I'm going to see Double or Nothing. I'm about to say All or Nothing. Double or Nothing on the same night. Not happening. So this is what you get. Now, this show gave me good hype. We got a few very interesting things here. International Championship title match for Fletcher of Aussie Open, who now has signed to AEW, because they announced it just before the Lucha Brothers and the BCC had their match. That's good to hear them there. Sad for Impact Wrestling, because I really would have liked to see Aussie Open and Fletcher on Impact Wrestling than I would more on AEW, because they need more tag titles contenders for Impact Wrestling. But is what we get. A very good match where, honestly, I'm reached this point where Orange Cassidy's done a great job. I'm not against him. I like Orange. He has done 23 straight matches. No, 24 straight matches. And he's won. In his international title run, he's done 22 straight matches before he won this, because he did win the match against Fletcher, which was a damn good match. It was a really hard-hitting, fast-paced match. For many people who love that type of style, they're going to love it. They're going to love the high spots and love the high impact. It was okay. I'm going to tell you, it was a good match. I did like it. Do I like more of the psychology of it? No. But I will say at least it did have a story, because Orange is still hurt. Orange is still hurt. Orange is still hurt. So that is the story, that he's now won 23 straight matches out of 24 straight runs. He's won 23 times as champ and had 24 matches in succession. He's the only one who's done it so far that he's not jobbed to anybody. So they're protecting him. But the question now is, this Battle Royal that's coming, what the hell are we getting? I don't know. I don't know how they're going to make him win this one. I do not believe he should. Telling you now, for Double or Nothing, he shouldn't win. At this point, someone else should become champ. If he wins this, I believe it's not going to go over well with a lot of people, because yes, there's going to be some people who are going to be happy to see it, but there's going to be a lot of people that think it's time for a transition from him to somebody else. Just saying. Open house match. House of Black versus AR Fox. Blake Christian and the Metalik. I kind of wish he could have kept Grand Metalik, but he's going by Metalik. I like that they are sticking to the theme of the open house match where the lights are low. You see the Titantron doing like rain or kind of like flakes of light, and the lighting is dimmed only in this match alone when it comes to this situation. Only them. So it's alright. At least it's not red like it was with Bray Wyatt. And I did hear about Bray Wyatt and that he's not there, that he's not shown on any of the roster or the reserve roster or Anamata. So we don't know if he's working for WWE or not. So he got screwed up with that red light. I couldn't stand the matches he did. But here in black, it's alright. It's only in this match. And it's exclusive to the House of Black. And there's nothing wrong with that. Having something exclusive to one particular match for one faction only in a certain situation is fine. In the end, what do you think? You actually think the House of Black is going to job? They're not. AR Fox I believe he's the one who ate the pin. And I will say this, I'm still not a big fan of AR Fox, but I'm not taking anything away from his work in the ring. But as a high-flying wrestler, he has one of those big flaws that not every wrestler understands. As I told you, there's very few who do. Pac is one of them. He understands that sometimes you need to slow down. Yeah, you can go as fast as you want, but sometimes you need psychology to slow down and let the people absorb what you've done. AR Fox is not one of those wrestlers. Good wrestler. And I'm sure that just Alex is going to definitely say that he loved his spot when he did a reverse cannonball onto everybody. I'm sure he's going to love that. And it wasn't a bad thing, but seeing that he constantly keeps going and not let the fans absorb what he's done is an issue. And I'm sure many people would say, dude, you're such an old man that you need time to think. That's the reason why you're geriatric. One, guess what? When you do it the other way, do they always remember every match you do? Or when you have certain match when Pac went against Orange Cassidy for the All-Atlantic, and it was Pac who made sure that match really meant something because he didn't rush through it. He felt legitimate. He felt genuine. There you go. Just saying. Now, let's get to the match that got me so sad. No. Taya Valkyrie versus my Killer Frost, my Lady Frost. Look, I love me my Taya. I'm sorry. I love Taya Valkyrie. I love her to death. And almost forgot. I got to say this before this match. Because we did see a New Japan Pro Strong promo for guess who? Willow Nightingale. And guess why? Willow won the New Japan Pro Strong Women's title from Mercedes Moné. I do not believe that she... Now, mind you, unless it was for both of them to try and go for the title, as far as I understood from what they showed, Mercedes, the girl won it. Along with the IWGP Women's title, she now has the New Japan Pro Strong title, but she lost it to Willow Nightingale. They gave a lot of trust in Willow. For her to have won that title, and that she's not only going to be seen on New Japan Pro Strong, which they're working with New Japan Pro Wrestling, she's going to be on OH, and she's still being seen on Dynamite and Rampage. The girl has earned her props, whether you like Willow or not. For her to go from absolute nowhere. Now, I've seen her on I think I did see her once on NWA. I think once. Because she's never seen, at least recently, on Impact Wrestling. And I don't remember when I did look at MLW a couple of times if she was there. She might have been. I just don't remember. But I know she was at least once she was on NWA. So seeing that years ago she was on NWA, and now going from that, being seen on AEW and New Japan Pro Wrestling's American version, Girls earned her stripes. She busted a butt, and now she's being trusted with the New Japan Pro Strong title and still being seen on OH, being seen on Rampage whenever they do, and being seen on Dynamite, not counting if she's going to go on Collision as well. I don't know where she's going to go. Maybe she'll be sticking on Dynamite, or maybe she'll go to Collision, or maybe ROH only. I don't know where. But she's being seen, and that's something to give her praise. But I can't give this praise to this match. Not because it was a bad match, because I did like the match. It was because two women who deserved a win, both of them. Look, you look at Lady Frost. She is a damn good wrestler. She's got good personality. She can talk. I've seen her talk. I've seen her personality in the ring. I've seen how she wrestles. She has a decent level of wrestling with her gymnastics. Does not mean she doesn't sometimes tip a little bit too much and go gymnastics totally. But she does know sometimes she needs to dial it back, be more wrestling, and sometimes she knows when to dial it up to be more gymnastics. But it does not mean, kind of fadey, it does not mean she doesn't make mistakes and sometimes go a little bit too much of gymnastics, kind of like with Sorika. But she's way more refined than Sorika. And you could see how the match was. You can see how she was doing the holds, how she was doing her movements, and how she was hitting the hell out of Tyra. Guys, it almost looked like Tyra was angry at her and she owed her money. Because Tyra Valkyrie was trying to break that face, that gorgeous, that she's like, and I mean, look, Tyra's like, boom, that's Tyra. And my Killer Frost is like a little smaller, but both women are gorgeous. Both women can work the ring. Tyra's better though because she's a 12-year veteran versus I think a 5 to 6 year, I believe, with Lady Frost. But still, I didn't want to see them go up against each other unless it was something important. And in the end, once Jade Cargill came out, dressed in see-through, where you can see through almost all her clothes, almost. You basically know that this is going to mean something for the TBS title. She's getting a second shot at it, unlike what happened with Athena. At least, I mean, Athena didn't get a second shot, but hopefully at a pay-per-view now, you will see that Taya Valkyrie will win that damn title because we're 16-0 when it comes to Jade Cargill. 16-0. 60-0 for a title that had no prestige, with a woman that was just starting out, where both the title and her had to bring each other up. And let's just say she did this and she's done that for the title. I'm sorry. I'm trying to be fair, but look, Jade has worked her ass off. She has. She's gotten really good in the ring. She does still mess up a bit. She talks way better than she did. She looks more refined in the ring. She looks more, the way she dresses. She knows how to present herself. But we are still talking about Jade Cargill, who's stuck with a title that had no prestige behind it. She needs to drop that shit and finally move into the main title scene, dealing with Jamie Hayter, dealing with the Outcast, dealing with Britt Baker, dealing with all of them. She needs to move away from that title. Now, mind you, I believe that she's not losing the title until Collision starts. And now let's move into Collision. We get Tony again talking about Collision. And the question, I know JD was giving that question because a lot of people believe because of the, how can I say this? Paperwork was given to CM Punk about pretty much to have a certain way of acting. Because a lot of people think he's gone. A lot of people think that he's been served paper by AEW where he's being sued. No. They just gave him paperwork to update his contract and how his conduct is supposed to be. That is what JD believes is going on. And to be honest, after hearing this announcement that is going to be in the Chicago Center, Collision's very first show, where he lives in Chicago and he doesn't show up, that makes no freaking sense. Now, mind you, they could still do it and he doesn't show up, but it'll still make no sense. I truly do believe he is still part of AEW. Look what he's done. He's gone to WWE. And kind of, I think because of... Let's put the review aside for a second, I gotta say this. Once that scrum happened, you know 100% if you've seen my review of it, what happened, both sides were wrong. 100%. All of the Elite was wrong, and definitely CM Punk, no matter if he got screwed or not, was wrong. That was not something that you should openly say in front of an open camera, an open mic, and act like a damn dick. And I do believe after that happened, after he started getting healed up and was suspended on top of it, that when it comes down to it, he might have learned something. Sometimes, let's be honest here, whether you're young or old, sometimes you don't learn a lesson until you get smacked in the face with something that really you didn't believe it was your fault, but you still get smacked in the face and someone says, bitch, you know you were wrong. Someone must have smacked them in the face and said, you were wrong. It's not the point of what they did. It's the point of how you act. For that company, you said you wanted to come back because you still love wrestling. You want to give back. Act like it. So one of the things he's done, he went back to WWE when they were in Chicago, said something. He went to Impact Wrestling. Guys, he has not been back to Impact Wrestling since, 2006, before he went into the WWE version of ECW. One of the last things he did before he left ROH, he went to Impact Wrestling, TNA at the time, then he went back to ROH, did whatever he did, and then went to WWE. You can check it for yourself. More better than I can. I barely knew about it. I knew he was part of it, but I didn't know how much he was involved with Impact TNA at the time. He went there. He's not saying just wanted to make up for what he did when he was in Impact Wrestling acting like maybe a dick. But he also went back to WWE, even spoke to Triple H, where both of them are at odds. He spoke to him. And then when they said, dude, you're not supposed to be here, you need to leave, you're on the contract with AEW, he says, no problem, I just wanted to say hi. Take care. And that's it. So I'm just saying this. If he's not fired, and the paperwork he signed was just an update to his contract, making it very clear, the way you acted, this is the guidelines that you're allowed to speak the way you do, and what you're not allowed to speak about. And if you say anything, you're getting sued. That's it. If it's true. Let's move on. Now, let's get to the... I'm going to give it to you like this. When it came to the contract signing for the when it comes to the unsanctioned match, I am very curious to see it. More than I am with Cody and with Brock Lesnar. I'm making it clear now. Look, Cody is screwed up. I'm telling you now. What did I tell you guys more than a while ago about what's going to happen with Cody Rhodes? They're going to put him like this, and then he's just going to start sliding down. They're going to push him super hard, and then he's going to get screwed up, and then they're going to drop him, then you won't see him. You see, with Brock Lesnar, that made no sense. I don't care about their match. It's not an unsanctioned match. It's not a dark match. I mean, like a lights out match or something. I haven't heard of any stipulation that's going to make this interesting. Hearing that Cody's going to fight. Hearing that Brock is trying to break his arm. I feel nothing. But here with Chris Jericho and Adam Cole, I feel it. Adam Cole's woman got the shit kicked out of her by the Outcast due to the fact that Chris Jericho did everything he could to distract him, handcuff Adam Cole, and then called the Outcast to come whoop that ass of his woman to the point where she got a black eye because of it. Whether she got hit in the eye with the candlestick or got elbowed or punched in the face, she got a black eye from it. So when you see this situation, it's more personal. The way he spoke was well done, and that is Adam Cole. He made it very clear. Once they were both in the ring, Adam didn't wait. He signed. He threw the thing over to Chris and made it very clear, I can't touch you right now, but I'm giving you my word. When we go in there, I'm going to whoop that ass. And he made it clear, you better get ready, because if you want to sign anything, sign it now, because I'm going to break your hands. I'm going to break your legs. I'm going to jack your jaw. I'm going to whoop that ass. That's what basically he said. And it was done well. Now, mind you, do I believe that Chris has done well with his end, trying to promote that he's a coward because he didn't try to defend this woman due to the fact he was handcuffed? It's a little weak. Not because a heel wouldn't do that. That's Chris. That's what he would do. But I'm not going to say it was 100% bad, but it's a little weak. I kind of wish it was something a little more substantial, but it's what we got. But I'm telling you right now, this story, even with a weak end on Chris Jericho, which is, it should be here, and it's like here. Way better than Cody Rhodes, way better than Brock Lesnar. I don't give a fuck about that match at all. I'm sure it might be okay, maybe if it's less than 3 minutes. My guess is it's going to be shit and people are going to really get pissed off. And already people are saying that Cody Rhodes should have already won a WrestleMania. I agree with them. It should have been Cody Rhodes versus a Sami Zayn, and Cody wins as a face versus another face and then turned heel, like I said months ago when I was talking about who's the head of the table when Roman Reigns should be facing against Jey Uso. I also said, if you look at the video that I made, that you should have Sami Zayn win the title, go to WrestleMania, deal with Cody, then turn Cody heel so you can keep Sami as one of the top faces. Cody can become a really good heel, and he will finally have that moment at WrestleMania. They didn't go there. I don't care. There you go. Let's move on. That's a lot to say. I hope I breathe during that time. I don't know if you noticed, but I think sometimes I don't breathe. Let's move on to the segment with FTR. Now, FTR had their moment talking about what's going to happen. Talking about Jay and Double J. Pretty much saying I could, and this is Cash, saying simply, you know what? I should tell you nothing but trash, but I can't. Simply, you guys got us. Multiple times. We knew what you're going to do, and you still did it. You're smart. But I'm going to make this clear. When the smartness ends the minute we get into that damn ring. Because you're not getting our titles. And then, and I do believe that Slag Daddy will be going, oh shit, did Dax Hardwood actually repeat my stick? What the fuck? Because Dax Hardwood, when he had his mic, talked about the Memphis piece of crap as the Slag Daddy, Jeff Slego talks. He said almost exactly the same thing, and even the only thing he didn't say was a horse bitch of a wife and a Karen Jarrett. He basically channeled his inner Slag Daddy. I'm telling you right now, that's what it felt like. I know the Slag Daddy has to make a video on this one. If he doesn't, and he doesn't say what I just said, that Dax basically must have been watching Off the Rope Show Central and took his stick for a little bit and maybe get a little insulted, but saying, you know what? Fuck that. I'm glad he did it with that bitch of a Memphis piece of crap. That's what I think he'll say. And I will be watching Off the Rope Show Central. Oh man, I want to see it so bad. I want to see the Slag Daddy. That's what I'm watching. I want to see the Slag Daddy cover it on his channel. I want to see him cover this episode of Dynamite. I'm hoping he will, and he'll say exactly what I know he may say. Now, after that happened, Mark comes out, and he's still pissed off because he got pile drive by Dax, who got whiskey in the face. And Dax apologized. He said, look, I couldn't see, but you know what? I'm a man. Shake. Jay smacked his hand away. He said, look, I know you're still pissed, but I'm not disrespect. Do not disrespect me in this ring. Shake my hand. And then, instead of shaking his hand when he was trying to be respectful, he got a smack to the face, which truly pissed off Dax. Dax was hot. But guess what? As you can see the Double J crew coming down, you get Sanjay Dutt getting smacked in the face. You get Karen Jarrett getting pie-faced to the floor. You get Jeff Jarrett getting smacked to the face. And then you see that Mark goes to Jay. And he says, you know you're my boy. You're my boy. but you're fucking pissing me off. He doesn't say it like that, but you're pissing my ass off. He said, we'll always be boys. And he holds his face like this, but he's getting pissed off for the games that are being played, and he walks to the back. The only person he didn't smack was Sting, because one, he would have to go, and then he would have been basically choke slammed into oblivion. This was interesting, since he is going to be the guest referee. The ref is going to be very interesting as a Mark Briscoe. How is he not going to get pissed off at both and not screw both? But this is what we got. Now, was there anything else we want to talk about? MJF segment where he literally threw water in Tony Schiavone's face while he was on commentary. He stood up, looked at MJF. MJF threw water in his face, and he's going like this. That was interesting. I didn't think he'd do it, but he did. And he comes out, and he puts over the pillars. He puts over Jungle Boy. He puts over Sammy Guevara. He puts over even Darby Allin, who comes out next. But he makes it very clear. You didn't know none of us. We were nobodies before this company, but we are the damn opening of this company. We are the ones who made this company. No matter how you feel about us, we are it. We made this company the way it is. And he wanted to make it clear that even though those three have talent, they're no match for him, and there's no way they can be at the level of the devil. That's a nice line in saying, the level of the devil. And then Darby comes out. And Darby makes it very clear that before AEW, he was nothing. Before AEW, back in 2011, which was about the first year I started being out of work. Oh, that's a long ass time ago. But he made it clear. 2011, I graduated college and I was told by my bosses I could never get anything. Stop dreaming. And that's when I chose, I'm going to be a wrestler. Living in my car, I talked to myself and said simply, I am going to be a professional wrestler or nothing. And then AEW saved his life. And now supposing, which was in MJF's own promo, that he said that Darby Allin's going to climb Mount Everest. He says it. He says next year he is going to climb Mount Everest. Boy, that is not an easy climb. That is an extremely dangerous climb. There are people that die yearly on Mount Everest, but he decided he's going to do it. I believe JBL did it once, so now he's going to do it. But he made it clear, I'm going to take that title because this is what I am going to do. All the others come out. MJF get laid out by Jungle Boy, who holds up the title, and now we get this going into Double or Nothing. Okay, not bad. Not unpredictable. I'm not surprised to see the rest of the pillars come out because that is the MO of most promotions. They do that. If you guys don't like it, well, it's understandable. That's part of 101 formula for wrestling. And let's see here. Talked about that. I talked about the contract signing. Yes, Max. Okay. Final match of the night. ROH Tag Titles. Lucha Brothers versus BCC of Claudio and Wheeler Yuta. Good match. I think this was the best match. Not saying that it was always perfect, but it was the best match for me personally because it is leading into their match at Double or Nothing. The video packages were done well, and this leads into it. And I will say this, when the Bucks grabbed Claudio's leg to keep him from getting in the ring and then super kicked him, and the Lucha Brothers won, I was not surprised because I wasn't sure if you were going to really... I wasn't thinking they would actually put the titles on the BCC. I didn't think they would. So the Lucha Brothers are fine. They're not going to lose their titles. Because unless you're going to bring them up, which they're not, because we're still going to be doing FTR versus Jay Lethal and Double J. I just don't see the Lucha Brothers going there yet. Particularly that I still kind of wish for the Lucha Brothers to go up against Jay Lethal and Double J. I want them to win. I'm sorry. I said it before and I say it again. I want to see Jay Lethal and Jeff Jarrett Jr. win those damn titles because I want to see the Sleg Daddy review every Dynamite or every Rampage or wherever they are so I can hear him get mad. I want him to get mad again, but that's just me. But in the end, the talk afterward was fine. They're setting up for their match and how violent it's going to be, how dangerous it's going to be, how destructive they're going to be. And I am curious for it. Do I believe this will end after that match? No. I think they'll stretch it into the next pay-per-view. That's what I do believe is going to happen. They're going to keep going back and forth for the next 3 months until they get to the next pay-per-view. I believe that's all in. So, this is what we got. And I hope you enjoyed this Dynamite Delight. Please give me a comment below. And I hope the audio is working. If it's not, and unfortunately because this is going to be in 2 parts, I will be checking it. And if I have to, I will improve the sound quality. Hopefully it's still the same. Peace.